Hey up casuals, TehNoobcake here, and this is the second episode of the Path to Endwalker series, this episode being dubbed Tales of Kholusia. In this episode we work on the Kholusia and Yulmore side quests. We got it done a lot faster than I originally intended. I originally thought it was going to take 2 episodes, but thankfully we got it all done in 1 episode, which is what you're viewing right now. A little bit of news before we go into the video. Podcast next week is going to come, obviously, and that will be about an ideal game. Like me, Logic, and Slandy all talking about what, in our vision, would be an ideal game. I'm still yet to work on this script for it, so that we have ideas of what questions to ask and what we need to talk about. It'll generally free form like it usually is, but we're trying to have more scripts so that we sort of can guide it in a way that keeps it on topic. Kenna Bridge of Spirits, as I've said in many of my videos, if you've been keeping up, I intend to do that at the end of next month, and that was going to be the next big series after Haven. Now, the game itself has actually been delayed until the end of September. I still intend to stream it the same way I originally intended to, in which I will be streaming it straight off as soon as I've got it downloaded and woken up, and I will be just playing through it, and then we'll be working on cutting it in after we've done it all. But obviously that will have to be in September now as opposed to August, and if there's any more cutbacks, it may end up having to come later in the year, because if it's the end of October or most particularly end of November, if they end up cutting it back again, Endwalker will take priority for me, unfortunately. That's all the real plans that we have now. Obviously, we're still carrying on with the Path to Endwalker series. I'm enjoying doing it. And I have my lurk streams, which people can come in on Twitch and view, which is a point that if you haven't already, please go to www.twitch.tv/prettycasualgaming and follow us there. More of our content goes there. I obviously understand if people can only watch on YouTube because they have bad internet or stuff like that. I have the same problem with my own sometimes. But if you can watch us on Twitch, you'll have much more content to view. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Pretty Casual Gaming YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a dislike. Either helps. It lets us know what kind of content we're pumping out that people are enjoying or people dislike for future reference. So we know not to do content like that again in the case of people disliking it. Or if people do like it, we can keep looking for more ways to pump out that kind of content. Comment, as always. I'm always happy to have a chat with people. If they comment, I mean, the whole reason I stream on Twitch is to have a conversation between viewer and streamer. I really enjoy that aspect of the streaming. Other than that, there's not really much more to say. If you have any more, if you have any questions regarding now, please obviously ask in the comments. Discord. If you haven't already, please join our Discord. It will be in the info on the homepage of our Twitch site, and it is also in the description of every one of our YouTube videos. So catch it there. There's playlists in our YouTube if you want to see more content. And that's about everything. So please enjoy the video. And as for the intro, TehNoobcake, I will see you in my next video. Hey, peasant. Sandy can cut in here. Actually, no, I should probably cut in once I'm actually in Kholusia. I'm going to start in Yulmore, so... Is my mic okay? Can you hear me okay? Yes, sounds good, alright. I need to ignore that original cut though. Just need to put my headphones on. Alrighty, doodle. I have my setup there. Right, let's have a quick gander. Uno, dos. Grandioso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, Sandy can cut here. So we will start with the top and we will go downwards. So I can roll, baby. Got my new Eureka weapon. So I'm obviously going to use it for a little bit. Look at it. Look at it in all its stupid glory. Pardon me for saying so, Mum, but you have something of a different air about you than our usual clientele. Are you the bold and daring sort, perhaps? Wonderful. I require someone willing to undertake a dangerous mission, you understand, to venture to the derelicts. Word has reached me that our most popular honeybee, Selena, was spotted there of late. Both patrons and staff have had difficulty coping with the recent revelations, but Selena must have taken it harder than most. She hasn't returned to the beehive since. If you have a stomach for the task, I implore you, bring her back. Hey Cal! Welcome to the stream. Derelicts, I believe. Yeah, I thought so. It's at the bottom. So what we do, I don't think I can jump off here, can I? Can I jump off here? That would be really nice. Nope, I cannot. So we need to find the stairs, of which I have not been here in forever. Is this the stairs? Yes, this is the stairs. There we go. Cal, look. Glowy axe. And with it, it means I have every single relic weapon for warrior in the game. Boom. Centaur, my friend. Right, can I get that way? The crown lift. Right, no, see, I love how I've walked all this way when I could have just used these. Who's this smart fuck here? Not me is the answer. GG! Yes, GG indeed. I must remember. So, one of the things I will say for this episode is I don't know if we'll get all the side quests in Kholusia done, because I took a look at them and there is a lot. Obviously, one of the things I should probably note for anyone watching this on YouTube or anyone watching this on Twitch right now is the fact that I've obviously actually done some of the side quests in Shadowbringers already. Like, we're not doing every single side quest that has ever existed in Shadowbringers, because I have to clear some to get my flying and to unlock duties and, you know, other stuff like that. But I have so many in Kholusia that I have it's only a guess, but I have a feeling I might have to do it in 2 episodes. This is a nice little area. But yeah, so if it comes to it, we'll go for 3 hours, and if we're not done with them all, we're gonna cut it into 2 episodes, which will be called Part 1 and Part 2, obviously on YouTube, easy. The Queen Bee is worried on my behalf. Oh dear. I'm sorry, but I cannot return with you. My beloved, you see, he was caught up in the chaos and, I don't know, people saw him fall. It was right here that it happened, they told me. You must understand, if there is any chance that the sea didn't take him, that he swam ashore somewhere or caught onto a piece of debris and hasn't found his way back yet, I need to keep looking, please. I'll try and show you a picture of how many quests I have to do in Kholusia. Obviously I've got 8 to do in Yolmor, and Yolmor is included in the Kholusia Tales, as I am calling them, the Tales of Kholusia. But I'll announce it again at the end, because yeah, I always do my announcements at the end, and I always do them at the beginning on the YouTube videos, so you get both of them. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits won't be coming out for another month longer than I thought it would be, so it's actually coming out in September now instead of August. which is a pain in the ass, but it means more time to get all this done. The downside is if I get all this done, I have to think about what to do for a month. And if you've seen the Around Reborn podcast, I actually plan on writing up the Heavensward all the way to Shadowbringers ones already. I haven't done it yet, but I intend to, because I already know what topics I want to add into it. And then obviously when Logix has finished Heavensward, we'll start the Heavensward on. Standing atop a sunken ship, hoping for her beloved's return, how poetic. Indeed, sufficiently poetic that I am more concerned than ever she may do something rash. Very well, I will attend to her myself, though I feel much reassured for your presence. Fucking hell, I cannot speak today. If you would be so kind as to accompany me. So I just come up here to have to go all the way back down. Right, let's this time remember that there is the Ethernet system, so we want southeast derelicts. Why can't I jump over this? There we go. What do you think to my glamour, by the way, guys? It's got different gloves than the set actually should be, and different legs, but I think it looks decent enough in my opinion. The cape is really good. I couldn't think of a set to go with this axe, so I just made this. Thank you, pheasant. Queen bee. My thing with capes is a World of Warcraft thing, it's not a cape thing. I don't mind capes in I don't mind capes in other things when they go over the shoulder and curl around and actually look like a cape. My problem with World of Warcraft capes is they was just a rectangle pinned to your back with super glue. That's my problem with WoW capes. Selena, please, you must heed my words. It's not safe for you here. I don't care. What's the point in my being safe if he's not? There's a great deal of meaning in your being hale and whole, and as I am sure your sweetheart would agree. But if you will not believe that, consider this. Your chances of finding him would be significantly increased were you to ask for help. Allow me to demonstrate. My good madam, you have proven yourself fearless thus far. Might I impose upon you to assist in the search? I will personally ensure that you are rewarded for your efforts. Oh, I didn't think... I mean, everyone else told me to give up. Thank you. Of course, my earlier statement was not merely referring to your physical well-being. I will leave the search to you and our stalwart friend here, but do return to the beehive once you have located your beloved. I think you will find that your absence has been felt most keenly. Complete. So, this is a quest line then. Thank you for agreeing to help. I know that he's out there somewhere, I feel it. I should check below decks again. While I do, could you search the Kholusian coast in my stead? I've been thinking that he may have washed up there, but while it's crawling with vicious creatures and I do have some sense of self-preservation. Look for an elf of about my age. You'll know him when you see him, I'm sure. He has silky hair and the most gorgeous smile. I mean, he's not going to be smiling if he's passed out on a beach. So what is it you're doing today, Cal? Thought of interest? The real question is, do I go in my nice parents' house? The current machinist relic. My Uwu team finally filled up. That will be starting on Sunday. And then I'll actually be streaming my Uwu progress, so. So feel free to obviously tune in for seeing me die in Ultimate, but I'm really looking forward to that. Bloom, 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 bloom. You look forward to dying? Yes, I do. I have manifested myself in the logics. Youthful elf. I can't say that I know any Selena unless that would get me into Yolmore, in which case I definitely know her. Alright, so he just repeats. Let us see. Yeah, oh yeah, I said whilst I was in Kholusia I'd show you how many quests I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, assuming none of these are quest lines. 5, 6, 7, 8, assuming none of these are quest lines. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, assuming none of these are quest lines. What was I at? 17? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, assuming none of these are quest lines. Then I've got the 8 still in Kholusia, Yolmore. So that's... I forgot what I counted to. It's 30 something, I don't care. There's a lot. And yes, oof. Death awaits you. Doesn't have to, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's if none of them are quest lines, and you know some of them are quest lines. Silky haired elf. I'm saved. I was so tired after swimming to shore, you see, that I crawled over here and dropped off to sleep. I'm sure you can imagine my horror upon seeing those visages when I awoke. I've worried Selena. I had no idea I'd be gone so long. Of course I will return to Yulmore immediately. Please join us there. I'm sure she'll want to thank you for all you've done. And now we go back. Yeah, sick bass, fam. Hoy vey, this will be a challenge I have set myself. It's a long challenge. Selena, how glad I am to see you well. You're alright? Oh, what a relief. Of course I am, I wouldn't leave you all alone. You had better not. I need to put my glasses on, 1 second. You really brought him back. I don't know how to thank you. Still, I'm surprised that the Queen Bee sent you. Perhaps he wasn't as angry as I thought. I used to work at the beehive as well, you see, but when the Queen Bee found out about our relationship, things became rather heated. I quit, and have been ecking out a living here ever since. I didn't expect him to understand, but he did help when no one else would, so I will return to the beehive as promised, and I'll work harder than ever. For my part, allow me to provide the reward you were offered, along with my sincerest gratitude. It's the least I can do. What are you on about, Pheasant? Right. We still have a quest here, and I want to do it from top to bottom. So we'll get this paper right here. And go to Yulmore Aperite Plaza. Ow. Just to stop me getting a headache. I have a cup of, well, I have a flask of coffee. So if I tie it, I can have some coffee. I need to take some medicine in an hour. Oh, fun. What a photo bomb. No, wait. Wave at my screen, Pheasant. Turn to my screen and wave at it. One sec, let me, There we go. Turn to my screen now and then wave at it. To your left. Wave. There we go, everyone. A cameo from Pheasant. Need some coffee biscuits with that. Yes, yes I do. Eonor. My letters, scattered by the winds. Whose idea was it to build a city with so many breezy walkways? No. In this too I have no one to blame but myself. They are important to me though. So might I ask you to search for them? There are 3, all told. They likely came to rest in the derelicts, as these things tend to. Also, welcome to the stream. Show Levs so I know when to work. Show Levs so I know when to work. What? Alright, we're off to the derelict, so southeast. Oh, right. 54, so I got 46 left to grab. I go. You know, I'd probably do better, like, for YouTube if I stopped talking to Twitch chat. But in all honesty, I'm much happier being Sandy's recently moved his content to YouTube, so he now streams to YouTube as opposed to Twitch. But I'm much happier doing it on Twitch. It's just more my thing. And like, as far as making it, like, when I last streamed, all my streams were straight to YouTube, as in we edited them and they all went onto YouTube like that. So it meant I had no like interaction with anyone I was making the content for, which really sucked, which is why I'm happier doing it on Twitch, because I just like the interaction between like streamer and viewer, which is why I feel like getting too big would put me off streaming, because if my chat was scrolling by so fast that I couldn't keep on top of what people were saying to me, I'd feel kind of weird about it. So I'm quite happy being a small thing. How often do you get us breakfast a day? Yeah. Delivered the tear-stained letters to Iron near the Grand Dame's parlour. Oh, the Grand Dame's parlour. I'd yell at you in VC, no problem. Only on lurk streams, Chief. Only on lurk streams. Speaking of lurk streams, well, I don't know if you'll call it lurk streams or what. As I was saying to them before, Chief, my ultimate group has finally filled up, which means I'm going on Sunday. So I'll be streaming that on Sunday. So what I'm probably going to do is take tomorrow off from streaming. do a little bit of my own thing maybe. And then I will be streaming again Sunday because I'll be doing Ultimate. Hello, the dark. Welcome to the stream. Ah, there you are. Did you have any luck? I'll have a gander depending on when you go. I believe it's Sunday at 6:30 PM server time. I believe. I could be wrong. Let me just check on that for you and then I'll read the thingy. I can't find it right now. Not about taking forever to mess about. And, oh yeah, there you go. Dark has it. 6:30 PM server time. You have found all three. Wonderful. I cannot possibly express how difficult it would have been for me to rewrite them. Wait, now I've had a good look at you. Are you perchance one of those responsible for freeing us from Vorfri's influence? Sage nod. I thought as much. You have my thanks for opening my eyes. I used to reside in the Crustarium, you know, but the moment that I saw for myself what happened when the Eaters take a person, I truly understood for the first time that our world teeters on the brink of destruction. I was terrified. I knew I could do nothing to change fate, so I came to Yulmore hoping to forget it instead. Abandoned my work, my family, everything, and I felt no guilt for it, convinced as I was that nothing mattered. Now, though, the scales have fallen from my eyes. I've always been a coward, and what I did was a betrayal of the highest order, and I know there's no going back. If nothing else, however, I can apologise for what I've done, so I laboured over these letters, hoping to convey my contrition. I don't expect forgiveness, but I hope it might mean something at least to those I left behind. I cannot alter what's been done, but I can change myself, try to be better, and you will always have my gratitude for giving me the ability to see that. You and your elven friend both. Thank you. Well, that is the top part done. So now we have to go to this quest. Where are the stairs? What is this place? Why is it so... I did switch tabs. Free company is in the streaming tab. Look, you can see the little yellow thing here in streaming tab. It's link shell and /tell that I don't have on stream because I don't trust anyone outside of the FC to not be a troll. You know, I skip main scenario cutscenes, the ones that doesn't have a voice at least. If it doesn't work to get a voice active, then it doesn't work to watch. I'm amazed that you read text of a side quest. Oh, I read everything. I'm a big lore nerd, so every small little fraction of information in this game is big to me. If you ever want to know the story of Endwalker and you don't want to read every one of the texts for the ones that aren't voiced, you can just come to my stream. I read everything, as I say, so that'll all be getting read out. Someone needs to read all the quest text for my RP, so I don't have to, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a very, let's be honest, Dark, it wouldn't be a very entertaining side quest stream if I did all the side quests but just didn't read anything. Haven't we met someone? Oh, it's you. I saw you fight. You were so strong, so confident, but so careful not to injure any of the civilians. Maybe you'd be interested in helping out with what I'm planning. I'm a fairly decent cook, actually. I sometimes feel as if it's the only thing I'm good at, and I thought it might bring people comfort to know that they could come here and get a decent meal. The trouble is there are too many options as to what I could prepare, and I'm not much for making decisions. I would simply ask around, but civilians tend to get a bit nervous when a member of the army starts asking questions, and I don't want to cause anyone more distress. That being the case, would you mind asking a few people what sort of dishes might lift their spirits? I don't need the recipes, just ideas. Right, so have I got any? Right, I need to talk to one there, one there. Right, so we have one on each level. free meals. Yes, that would certainly improve the mood around here. As for what people would enjoy, perhaps a dish that they've never had before, though I'm not terribly familiar with anything other than Vobarite cuisine myself. Right, now we need to go up to the top again, and then we need to teleport down to the bottom. So we'll go top first, which is Canopy, so we want to be there, and then the bottom Yulmore one is the southeast again, so Yulmore Eggbright Plaza. Be gone. My bloody laptop's telling me tons of stuff, but it doesn't matter. Tetraloy. Food that would lift my spirits. Vobarite muffins, maybe? My mother often used to make them. Well, that was a short conversation, wasn't it? I will do this quest and then treat myself to a little bit of coffee. And I said Southeast Derelicts. Let's see, Moshai Lay. How about collusion stew? It was a popular dish before the flood, apparently. All I really know is that it's meant to incorporate a variety of seafood, but I've always wanted to try it. Seems a shame that I've never had the traditional food of my homeland. And then, what was that place I was in? It's the mainstay. Regular coffee or something better taste. Yeah, what are you on about, pheasant? Oh, you wrote them down. Thank you. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Vobarite muffins and collusion stew. I've made those for my patrons before. I'll need fresh seafood from Stilltide, but that shouldn't be an issue. As for a dish that people in Yulmore haven't had before, what do you think? Have you come upon anything in your travels outside the city that people might enjoy? I know, coffee biscuits! Do I actually get that as an option? I mean, so confident as one of the moles buzz on a trail evening. That's a relaxing cup of herbal tea to pair with a meal. Basilisk stew has been known to increase morale. Let's go with a mole one. Dough with seafood inside of it? That does sound intriguing. Salty shellfish and tender stewed catfish together in a hearty bun. Yes, I can picture it. Sounds horrible. I'll prepare each of these with the care they deserve, and hopefully my fellow Yulmorans will find solace in sharing a warm meal. I'm off to fetch ingredients, but before I go, here's a little something that I prepared for you. As thanks, I hope it suits your tastes. No, it serves getting the fuck out of my inventory. Be gone. Right, that's that bit done, that's that bit, that's the wrong way, that's that bit done, so down here. Just a hue of milk in FC Spirit. Plain coffee is disgusting, milk or caramel latte is fine. Plain coffee isn't disgusting, it's good for you. Keeps you energized. That's a jail cell. Where the fuck do I go downwards? You know what? Fuck it. Why am I even trying? Why not I just use this? Right, where do we want to do the quest first? We'll do this one first and then move it upwards. That way I keep a track of what I'm doing. So we want to be going to the Glory Gate. Never tried dumplings, I can only comment. Right, before I continue, coffee. Right, let me pour it without getting it on all my wires. So yes, you can't see me for a second to deal with it. I know, it's hard to look away from my beautiful mug for even a second. Oh, fuck, I almost knocked my coffee everywhere. Ugh. That hurt my brain cells to lean down like that. Oh, good old coffee, eh? How's that karma? What are you on about? I don't think you understand what the hell karma is. Karma would require me to bully you first. I mean, it could be preemptive karma, because we all know you're going to get bullied at some point. Can you give you the truth if you want to try? Yeah. Karma for liking coffee. You're an idiot. You are actually an idiot. Coffee is the life juice of what keeps me functioning in a day. I thought that was blood. No, I don't have blood in my veins, I just have coffee. Right. Coffee is what teaches me a coherent language every morning anew. Pardon the imposition, but I am in desperate need of your assistance. I lost several pieces of jewellery that are ever so dear to my heart in the commotion, and I've been quite unable to locate them. I'm searching for a tiara emblazoned with my house's crest, an engraved necklace, and an amethyst ring. As you might guess, each is a family heirloom. I know not where I dropped them, out of my wits as I was at the time, but they cannot have vanished into thin air. They must be in the city somewhere, if only I had the faintest inkling of where to look. Please might I beg your help? I would give anything to have them safely returned to me. One of the things I will say is I am not making the effort to voice things like I did in the previous episode, not because I'm not willing to make the effort, but because I really hurt my throat and my brain trying to remember all the voices I gave to different characters. Plus, let's be honest, my female voices sucked. So instead, you just got me reading. So, so one. Let me guess. There's one on each level of thingy. What a big shocker. Dun, 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 dun. Sprint. And then up here. You even tell me my real voice doesn't suit me, so suck it up. Your real voice doesn't suit you. You need like a rock band voice. Engraved necklace. And then that one is at the top. I just realised I could, once I'm up here, take the lift back down if I remember where it is. Suddenly Screamo. I attempted voicing Toad once, big mistake. Toad's from Mario, right? I've not been an idiot by thinking that. Right, that's not the lift. Where is the lift? It's the other way around. Yup. How would you voice Toad? Next time you want a VC, I want to hear that, Cal. Proceed to the buttress. Noir Dame, were you able to locate any of my heirlooms? Yep. Hand over. Oh my, you found all three, there can be no mistake. Seek but to serve is inscribed here, you see. It was my family's motto long before we came to Yulmore. My grandmother taught me its meaning that we ought always love others before ourselves, aid the poor and downtrodden. And I see with clarity now, it is that spirit that those of us in Yulmore have been lacking, and which we must reclaim. Like my ancestors, like you, we must learn to care for others regardless of the benefit to ourselves. I know not how I can possibly thank you enough for this, but please believe that you have my eternal gratitude. And also, the answer to your question, Pheasant, is the reason you haven't got a queue pot is because you're not healer. Healer has faster queue times than tank. Forlorn free citizen. At last, eye contact. I know not why, but the other popers who have passed through avoided my gaze most intently. Dreadfully ill-mannered, the lot of them. I should think they ought to be grateful for the opportunity to complete this task for me, an opportunity that is now yours. In short, I require that you locate my manservant who has served me faithfully for several years. He recently displeased me in adding a touch too much milk in my afternoon tea, and alas, I unthinkingly pushed him into the sea. What a dick. I feel somewhat contrite about that. Now my mind has been freed of Vorphy's influence, of course, particularly as I've found myself entirely incapable of lacing my boots without assistance, and will be forced to wear those hideous shoes ere he returns. Searching for him myself is quite out of the question, naturally. If I could remember his name, I suppose I might call it out, but as matters stand, I am afraid I shall have to rely on you to seek him in my stead. The young man is a mistel of considerable stature, with rather long hair. I do hope he's keeping it well groomed while he's away. I imagine he may be found weeping in the derelicts or some such. When you locate him, please do convey my apologies for having acted in such haste, and tell him, lest there be any doubt, that I should be delighted to have him return to my service. You, mate, are what is known as an absolute dickhead. What an actual cock. The fuck? That is toxic, man. Maybe we should all push Pheasant off the top of Yulmore for not liking coffee. Sounds reasonable enough to me. Would be bodyguard. No, I'm afraid I haven't had my hair cut recently, but if you believe your employer may not be able to tell the difference, I would be happy to accept the role. I'm quite good at swimming. I do help. It's like drinking dirt. No, you are like drinking dirt, Pheasant. Toxic as you are. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Got him. One thing I definitely want to sort out at some point is lighting for my camera, because it's really dark on one side of my face. This side. You can just see the light reflecting off my head here, going that way. And even if I turn my light on, it remains dark on this side for some reason. I mean, I could turn my lamp on, bring my lamp down here and have that blasting in my face. I'll give that a try in another video, perhaps. Get an LED bot. Yeah, you've said this before. Wrong-head Hume. Yes, he does sound like the sort of fellow who might mistake a Hume for a mistel, I agree, but I'm afraid I've never set foot above. There's a man to the south who matches the description, though. He may be the one you're looking for. Dun, 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 dun. How can I help you? What? Robert, yes, it is certainly I whom you seek. That the master regrets casting me into sea just comes as a surprise, however. For a blessing, I was rescued by some kind-hearted Ondo who happened to be in the area. However, I did feel compelled to offer them my spear in return. Tragic though it is, given the Masters primarily valued me for my service as a bodyguard, it would be quite impossible for me to return to his employ now. Yes, it's out of the question, I'm afraid. Please give him my regrets and tell him that I will miss him dearly. Why would you miss someone who fucking launched you off the top of Yulmore? People, man. I will never understand them. I'll also say that there's not enough combat here right now. Give me, I know it's Yulmore, but still. If, like, with quests, they could really add it where you have combat in cities. Like, you have your abilities available to you. I just don't see why side quests won't let you have, like, you know, some thugs starting you in the city or something like that. Especially in, like, here, like the derelicts, like the slums. You could easily just have some dickhead who's like, fuck you, Warrior Light. Tries to start on you. Why has he not returned with you? Oh dear, I dare say that spear was his only possession, but to replace it is a simple matter. I shall do so forthwith now I know where he may be found. Ere I depart, do accept this as recompense for your services. It is but a pittance to me, I assure you. Now I must make haste. He did say that he misses me dearly. I shall have to ask for his name this time. Three more quests in Yulmore, and then we get to go out into Kholusia and deal with that. How far are we in at the moment? Not even an hour yet, so that's pretty good. But it definitely means that we're more than likely splitting this into 2 episodes. Zoyukyor. Greetings, Sinner. If you're wondering about the chair, a little perk of my trade is getting to keep the odd luxury good for myself. I'm a provider, you see. Think of me like a merchant, except I don't set up shop. I just figure out what people need and make sure they get it. Now, seems to me what you need is an interesting way to occupy your time. I can provide that, and in return you'll bring me back some information. Sound fair? It's a deal. Now, as said, I need information, and lots of it. Things like what just happened here. They change the status quo, you see, and that change's demand makes people need more of some things, want less of others. I have to make sure that I get the right goods in the right quantities, else it's a waste of time, and that's where you come in. You'll ask around here in the derelicts, then come back and tell me what's in demand. Of course, you can't always trust people to tell you what they need, or even to know it, come to that. Nah, you've got your prudent folks, but you've also got your melodramatic folks, and those who can't add 2 and 2 to save their lives. Make sure you mind what sort you're talking to. Typically, when Zoy asks, I tell him we need some firewood, a few foodstuffs, and glue, but not, you know, a whole lot of glue. Now, not more firewood, but not less either. I'm not sure about the rest. Well, that was, yeah. Well, we've found the garbage disposal. And we found a Talos. I believe we bought this in. That's pretty cool. I don't remember that being there before. So that's cool to see that. Without meal, we're doomed. Doomed, I say. The price of even a single fish has skyrocketed. Well, I can guarantee you don't need more meal, because that is Sin Eater. Run round. Do like these derelict ships about. We need more of these, like, on the source. That'd make a cool area, to be fair. An area that's like just a massive ship graveyard. Like, that's the whole area. Like, the whole location is you traveling between different, like, derelict ships and stuff. Well, since you're asking, I could certainly do with some extra glue. There's a lot of damage here, and as for how much, about twice what I'd normally use, I'd say. Cartano. Man, we have needed Cartano as an area since frickin' 1.0. It pisses me off that we don't have it as a proper area, given how, like, lore-wise it's important to the narrative, and yet we're just like, we just nip there in a few quests now and again. Like, we need it as a genuine area. And I will stand by that until we get it. So, what goods should I hunt down? More firewood than usual. The usual amounts of firewood, but twice as much food and glue. That's about what I expected. What with the damage caused by the chaos and the lack of meal, people are bound to need food and the materials to make repairs. Fortunately, those are both within my means to provide. Thanks for your help. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about the business. You really meet some characters, eh? Grandioso. 2 more quests. And then Yulmore will be clean. The path to glory. I always find it funny that the NPCs like follow you a little bit. I like that this house is actually just a derelict ship itself. Why can't this be like a housing option? Are you busy? If not, I would greatly appreciate some help with repairing this shed. It's something of a mess at the moment. I'm low on lumber, but it will take ages to get the work done if I have to stop and hunt down more materials. Can you bring me 4 solid looking planks for the time being? Some of the wood from the old sunken ships ought to still be fit for use. I'm low on lumber. Yeah, I don't know where you'd get some lumber around here. Not a fucking clue. I swear, man. Can't decide if I like this glow or I hate this glow. I just know that I want to use it because I got it and worked hard for it. Eureka Explorer. I have like a ton of yawns. Like built up that just won't come out. I can feel them. I can feel the yawns just lurking. I'm not sleeping well at the moment and I don't know why. Uno, dos. No, it's not actually the ferret. It was for a while, but then just randomly I'm waking up at stupid times and just not sleeping well, like in trouble. No, I know there's one more piece that I missed. Ha, ha. Oh, come on. Yeah. I wouldn't mind the lack of sleep so much, like, if I wasn't, you know, it's a glittering object where in the crevice between 2 boards. Extracting it from its hiding place, you see that it's a ring. One that is fed rather poorly in elements, perhaps too sheer and over whom it belongs. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the lack of sleep if I was just, you know, coming on to play games for the day, but like when I'm streaming, I feel bad for yawning on camera. Because it's not that I'm bored or anything like that, like some people might mistake it for. It's just I'm tired, and I'm very tired a lot of the time. Now fuck off, stream elements. No one likes you. Boom. Recent activity feed, load pops, what do we do? Sorry, I was just looking at my mod view quickly. Did you find the lumber? The lumber. What's this, a ring? Oh, this is a customs ring. It used to serve as authorization for traders to enter Yulmore. How do I know? Well, I used to work in the shipyard. As a matter of fact, read a lot about its history at the time. Someday I'd like to rebuild one of those old ships, make it fit to sail the world on grand adventures once again. It's a far cry from stripping the same vessels for shed materials, but a man can dream. I'll give you a portion of my pay for this job as thanks for your help. I thought about splitting my lunch with you instead, but the money is probably more portable and considerably less ripe at this point. Last quest of Yulmore, and then we go out into Kholusia. Oh, I apologise. Oh stranger, please tell me you saw a group of 4 children while making your way here. I swear they vanish in the space of an eye blink. I've told them it's dangerous to wander about by themselves, what with the damage from the riot and the sheer drop to the ocean below, but they never listen and now I can't find them anywhere. Would you please help me search for them? The longer they're left to their own devices, the greater the chance they'll come to harm. Stream title, Tired Stream. Yeah, I'm sure that would make up for it. Somehow, I doubt. Right. We're looking for kids. Ugh. Kids. Hey, Sandy. We're looking for children. Oh, oui, ma petit mignon baguette. Dun. Hey, that was an accident. Tell Mother that we're not going near the ocean, so we'll be fine, and tell me if you find anyone else. I'm assuming there is someone else, otherwise it wouldn't tell me that there's... Is that one? Eek. Oh, you aren't it. Phew. Ah, makes sense. How are you, Sandy? I'm good, how are you? I'm tired, and I don't know why, besides bad sleep. But I've been yawning a lot, and I don't like it, because it makes for bad content. Mother wants us home, but we're playing hide and seek. I wondered what that noise was following me, and then I remember it's my little chimera. Oh no, stop being tired. It was that easy, eh? I blame Pheasant. I think he set me up. Oh, a Maro keep. I always like to collect these. Don't use them, but I like to collect them regardless. The completionist in me demands it. There we go. Hush, I'm hiding. What a great quest. I disliked this quest. Oh, fun fact as well is this quest here that you've probably seen me have for pretty much all my videos. Obviously being a side quest, it needs to be complete for me to truly complete every side quest in the game. Thanks to Raya, or War Chief, I now have 3 of the 6 fish that I need to complete it. I won't be going to grab any right now because obviously I'm on stream, but I have a little website that helps me figure out when the windows are open for them, and it's helped a lot, so thank Raya for that. Oh, for the love of, but I'm glad that they're safe. Thank you. I may be a bit too cautious, I admit, but you must understand we have no way of knowing what's going on above. When that monster suddenly appeared in the sky, I didn't know what to think and what if there were more. I'm their mother, it's my job to keep them safe, and I will. Oh, I'm going to make them scrub so many pots for this. And that is Yulmore done. So now we actually go into Kholusia and begin the tales of Kholusia. Yeah, I had an 8-minute window on, no, the worst one is I had a 25-minute window on one of the fish that I needed that I haven't got yet, and I didn't even get the initiation of the fish I needed. I was so pissed off. Right, look at all these quests. We'll begin here. Ah, what I wouldn't give for just one mouthful of juicy meat. I've eaten naught but meal for more moons than I can count. I mean, I'm grateful for the handouts and all, but sometimes a man needs variety. If I had me a roasted game bird about now, I'd strip that beauty down to the bone. But have you ever tried catching one of them tragopans? It's like asking to have your eyes pecked out. What, you reckon you could do better? Go ahead then, make me eat my own words, just so long as they come with a side dish of bird flesh. And make sure you bring it back alive and kicking, you understand? Here's a rope to truss it up and a sack to carry it. You might need to daze it a bit first. Blech, I wanted to mount with music. But this'll do, I suppose. I hope I don't accidentally frickin' one-shot this. Let's see. I think that's enough damage. Wrecked. Oh, now I get a mount of music. Bim, blim, bim. Bim, blim, bim, bum, blim, bim, bim. Tell me there's a bird in the sack. There is a bird in the sack. Oof, that's an oof, Sandy. Oof. That's a feisty one. Nice work, stranger. Who's messaging me on Discord? Oh. Ah, seeing the fellow all trussed up for the dinner table reminds me of being back in Stilltide. It's been years since I left to chase after Yulmar's promises. I suppose I've just gotten too used to life here in the Gates town. Maybe it's time I gave up on hollow dreams and went home to my old mum. Anyway, my thanks for the bird, friend. Ugh, oh my poor sensitive nose. Do you not smell that awful stench? What we require here is a strategically placed sachet of ground collusion sage. The trouble is I'm not quite willing to die in the process of obtaining said herb. But what of you, miss? There is a sage aplenty near the clave. Should the promise of reward overshadow any fear that you might have of stabbing tooth and rendering claw, 2 generous bunches should suffice. No, I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. Next man, whatever it is we'll use. Ugh, I hate my life. All you want is a mount with music, and instead you get basic bitch mount music. Collusion Sage. I wasn't jumping. Alright, Sandy. Much better. How fared your harvesting efforts? I got you 2 sages, my dude. Yes, this is a goodly amount. My thanks. A moment while I prepare an experimental sachet. I'll just grind these up, add a sprinkle of this, a dash of that, and 'tis done. Ah, 'tis akin to inhaling a springtime breeze. I must begin producing these fair-scented pouches in bulk. You, miss, have the privilege of putting my aromatic creation to the test. Place one of my sachets behind this foul-smelling shack and inform me of the results. Don't know why, but ever since I've been taking my antibiotics, it feels like someone's punched me in the throat just here, and something's stuck in there. The rank fumes permitting the air slowly replaced by a pleasant, refreshing scent. Oh, I hate this mount's flying. It makes me so dizzy. Did my sachet improve the victor in that contest of fragrances? Well, that is satisfying to hear. I shall continue manufacturing these pockets of sage and proceed with secreting them about the place. The thing of it is, the folk of Gatetown often pour through the refuse discarded by the free citizens of Yulmore. Such salvaged items have, however, spent no short span of time mouldering amongst actual garbage, thus the offensive odour I have been forced to endure, but no longer. Thanks to you, my olfactory senses will be spared. Pray accept this token for your trouble. Grand. Steamrolling through Gatetown, my friends. Steamrolling. What have we here? An admirer come to exult in the purity of my vocal splendour. No? I well. You would feel honoured to meet me if I was ever allowed to test the limits of my instrument. One day I shall be the talk of Yulmore, nay, of all of Northrant, but first I must secure a venue in which to practice. If I sing at but a fraction of my full volume, the Cretans around here become so unreasonably angry, insulting even. Thus I have taken to find a quiet spot near the coast. Yet even now my scales and trills seem to drive the wildlife into a frenzy. I can scarce begin to practice before I am forced to flee from some enraged beast. You do look to have seen your fair share of fighting. What say you, standing guard and allowing me my fair share of singing? Pretty please? Everyone on stream can see the great joys of Pheasant and Raya struggling with dungeon finders. Oh, how it sucks to be them, right? It is so invigorating to sing here. I feel as if my voice rings clear across the sea. Now, if you would be so kind as to intercept any nuisances before they ruin my practice, I should be most appreciative. See fucking go, boys. Let's see fucking go, boys. He's dead. Wow. I didn't one-shot him, what a shame. But he's dead anyway. Got him. Don't want. And now these are dead because it's soul cleaving time, baby. And dead. That was simply wonderful. You don't know how long it's been since I was able to sing to my heart's content, and it's all thanks to you. Let us return to town so I might show you the proper gratitude. My good old PvP mount, proving that I have more patience than brain power. Thank you ever so much for your help. I almost wish I could keep you on as an assistant. I know I seem to be struggling now through a rough patch at the moment, but once I make a name for myself in Yulmore's cabaret shows, the privileged will be climbing over each other to offer me patronage. You start grinding what? What PvP mount? And then when I'm wealthy and famous, you shall have the reward you deserve. For now, however, this is all I can afford. Consider it an advance payment. Have fun with that. Worried waif. Please, won't anybody help us? It's my brother. His belly hurts so much he can't even move. I don't think the fresh water we bought was fresh at all. Could you talk to the potion maker for us, miss? I already tried, but when he started explaining the things he wanted for the medicine, I got scared and ran away. Poisson, potion maker. Welcome, welcome. What concoctions are you after today then? Ah yes, I remember the young girl and her alien brother. I'd used the last of my bark, you see, and all I wanted was for her to gather some from the trees on the cape. The way she ran off, you'd think I'd asked for a bowl of her blood or something. You're welcome to collect a few strips in her stead if you like, although I don't expect you'd want the bother. Still here? Very well then. Find some trees and use this knife to very carefully peel away 3 pieces of nice dry bark. I won't hold my breath. Why would she run away? You know, at the rate we're going, we might be able to just do a full Kholusia stream. Depends how long these take, but you know, if it goes to 4 hours or something, I don't mind too much. Got a knife. Boom. 1 piece of dried bark. Copper knife. Boom. 2 pieces of dried bark. And 4 pieces of dried bark. Yeah, baby. If we are going to stream for that long now, I may need a small break in between just to, you know, have a break. Which will then have to be cut out in the YouTube video. As we're still I'll be making mum tea quick. Everyone, Pheasant's making his mum tea. Not mocha or latte or anything like that. Dirt drink. Ah, I see you finally came to your senses. Let's have that knife back then. What's this? You actually went to harvest the bark? But what could you possibly hope to gain? Kindness will get you nowhere in this rotten town. What a rare soul you must be. I suppose I have no choice now but to mix up the cure I promised. You're not a good boy. Oh, mama's boy. I've mixed some herbs and powders together with the bark you bought. A few pellets a day should soon settle the aches in the lad's stomach. Never mind the payment, after all it's you who's done most of the legwork. You know, I'd hoped to trade my healing skills for a life in Yulmore, but maybe my place is here amongst the poor and the desperate, to help for the sake of helping, to be needed. It's not a bad feeling. And with that, look at my beautiful Fenrir mount. Imagine not having the Fenrir mount, eh? Did you go and see the potion maker? For my brother? Oh, thank you, miss. You've saved his life. You'll be wanting coin, right? I'm not sure we... The laboratory says no, but I bet you any money there's coin. What do you mean, nothing? Hey, you must take these at least. I collected them myself. Thank you again. Oh, no, there isn't coin. Nice. Although, in fairness, these coppers are worth more coin than coin itself. Oh, Pheasant, check if you have the Garden of Rumet orchestrion roll. I believe... 1 second, it's in others, and it is number 44 in other, an orchestrion list. Check. Yeah, because if you don't, I can give you it. I have a spare one. Look at this guy trying to show off his mecha dragon, which I definitely don't have. I do really. Gonna make myself another coffee before I begin on these quests. And when I say make, I mean pour myself another one. So, you can just wait once I've done these 4 quests. My headphones are playing up. Give me a second. Dumbass headphones. Where the hell did you get mushroomery from? How does Gardens of Rumette sound like mushroomery? In other, this part here, others. You really need to pay attention, my friend. Well, I shall send you it then when I can. Or you can come to me and pick it up. A drop of sunshine is what... No, we work in south to north, so we work on this one first. Bridge to the other side. Do you want to hear a ghost story? Of course you do. The old pig farm over yonder once belonged to a family known as the Greeleys. It was around, 10 winters ago now that their entire sty was butchered by a pack of wild animals. The farm never recovered and the family scattered to the winds. The Greeley's daughter and her betrothed sought refuge here in Wright, but misfortune grasp would not surrender them so easily. The lad was slain by Diakosine last year when the Eater attacked our village. And the lass is mad with grief threw herself from the bridge that bears her family's name, drowned right there in the river. Ever since, folk have avoided that spot, convinced that Greeley's bridge is haunted by the girl's anguished spirit. You think the tale is a sore one? Go to the bridge yourself then and call out her name is Melar. See, it's little things like this that make me really disappointed that canonically, like, normal ones of us can't go to the source. The source the first, because there's actually some really cool, interesting like stuff and lore for it. And it's just a shame we don't get to take advantage of that. My headset is a pile of garbage. Keeps cutting out my left ear, depending on how I move or turn and stuff. Come here and say, is Melar. Come out of me, broski. Heavy swing. Maim. Good old Storm's Eye. And death. And death. 1 second, someone is messaging me quickly. Ow! My brain now hurts. Svendy, are you still here or are you gonna AFK? I wanted to talk to you quickly. Oh my god, give me a mount with music. Never mind. This mount suits my mood perfectly, looking depressed as hell. Did Slendy go... Oh no, he went be right back to the shops, didn't he? Yeah, he went be right back. I don't know if he went to the shops, but he definitely went and be right back. Don't know why, I now feel like my nose is about to explode in sneezes. Blum 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 blum. Blum, 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 blum. There were two spirits? Ah, I think I see. The young lady was with child. It truly was the ghost of Ismella then. May their souls be returned to the sea of stars. We can but pray that such tragedy never again visits us in this lifetime. And pray forgive my frivolous words from before. I had thought only to give you a fright, and instead you gifted those spirits with the peace they deserved. Thank you. Do I sound like I've got a frog in my throat? Because to me it sounds like my voice is all clogged up. Haste lot. I'm sorry, miss. Please tell me you're a warrior of some kind. Well, I am actually quite literally a warrior. You see, there's a gang of bandits who moved into the area. They used to be residents of Yulmore, but were exiled for stealing from free citizens. Now they've taken to stealing from us instead, and anyone who tries to stand up to them gets a good beating for their trouble. Folks say they're former soldiers, and seeing how those bastards fight, I'm inclined to believe them. We're just farmers here. We need someone who can stand up to them, someone who knows their way around a weapon. Could you be that person for us? Yes, I bloody could. You'll teach them a lesson then? Oh, thank you. We've already hatched a plan to track down their camp, poked a hole in a harvest sack and left it as bait. There's a trail of grain now leading away from the village to the east, so you might want to start your search there. Give me a second. Not really, more like you have a light cold. I always sound like I have a light cold. Right. So, sorry about that, I was just responding to something. Following the grain. And yes, you do indeed see before you the marriage chocobo. I am indeed married on this game, quite ironically, to one of my exes still. Trail of grain continues to the east. Blum 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 blum. It's gonna keep going to the east, and it's just gonna be like, to the east, to the east. Oh, no, never mind. Ah yes, the most useless, bad-looking, waste of time mount I've ever grinded on this game. Where am I looking? Is this it? Yes. Bah, we've got a sneaky rat, boys. Better grab it by the tail before it squeaks to its mate. Oh no, I'm being attacked by a ton of men. How will I ever survive? Oh no. Death. And this is why you never fuck with a warrior. Dead. Oh no, I know what I should have done. I should have done the slash Hildy. Shame on me. Although Pheasant wouldn't know anything about doing slash Hildy, would you, Pheasant? Get wrecked, son. Do the content, get wrecked. You took care of them? I can hardly believe it. We work long and hard for the food we harvest, and to have it all snatched away by those brutes. You'd think with all that training and discipline they'd have an easy time adjusting to an honest life in the field. But I suppose some men are cruel by nature. At least there are good people like you still around to renew my faith in the world. You have our thanks. I mean, if you consider it, it really is a good thing the Warrior of Light is such a decent person, because otherwise the world would be fucked. Witch of the Sea. Just use it on here. Good job, Raya. Excuse me, miss, you seem the well-travelled sort. Would you be willing to accompany me to the Clave in return for a reward? There's a bit of a problem, see. We take turns manning the watchtowers hereabouts, but the last few folk have been driven away from the lighthouse post by sudden and terrible headaches. Every single one of them remembers hearing some sort of screeching wail. We don't know if we're dealing with a sea witch or a roaming banshee, but they all agree it sounds awful enough to chill your blood. How fortunate for me then that I have you to back me up. Pray follow me to the clave and we can solve this mystery together. We'll have to go kill Sylvanas. Ha ha ha. Imagine it, Raya. Sylvanas actually dying. It's almost as likely as Yoshida actually dying. I don't hear anything. Maybe we should split up and have more of a look around. Once you're satisfied there's not to find, you can meet me back here at the lighthouse. Investigate the cliffs around the clave. Oh, Jane, Lee, so anyone that annoys the living shit out of me. What is a swelling crash with a cacophonous violence, rivaling the stormy seas of Lanoskea? It's almost like this area is the Lanoskea of this world. Destination unknown. You hear nothing but the lapping of waves. It's almost like these worlds are somewhat similar. Well, this is literally Lanoskea. Surveying. Is there not a single fight here? I wanted to kill a sea witch. You think you hear a faint noise, but maybe you imagined it. Let me kill. I heard it, that terrible voice. Ah, the pain. I can feel my head splitting in half. The farmer seems to be in no state to talk. Perhaps you can soothe him with a few calming words. Soothe. I think I might live, thank you, but keening din seemed to pierce my very skull. I've never heard the likes of it. If there truly exists a sea witch who murders sailors with her cursed screams, then that is how I imagined her voice would sound. At least now we know which areas are too dangerous to approach. Come, we must return to right and so I can share this with the others. Or you could just let me kill it. I feel cheated. Nope. Nope. That'll do. When I was going around Eureka, I actually managed to get this fully filled up. It was great. I felt so happy to finally actually have a real use for the Luna Whale. I'm looking forward to getting maps started again in Endwalkers, so we can do that. Now that I've had the chance to calm down, I feel a little embarrassed by my earlier behaviour. I think stories of sea witches and the like may have fed my panic. When everyone put stuck in those old tales, it seems, there was talk of a girl from Gate Town who's taken to visiting the lighthouse to practice her wait, you don't think that awful Keening could have been? No, surely not. Thank you for standing by me during that terrifying ordeal, and be wary of the wailing sea witches should you find yourself near the clave again. I wonder why they're going for so much then, because it's not like they're actually worth anything. One sec, I've got to take one of my antibiotics. He's supposed to give me a really bad gut. So, ow! So I'm not looking forward to that. And now I'm going to have some peanuts. They balance a lot. Guess people have nothing to do with between 25 to 80k fluctuating each day. Seems weird. Sorry, I was eating peanuts and I didn't want to do it down the mic. Excuse me, miss, but are you a fellow visitor here? Yes. But you are a fellow visitor here, yes. I wonder if you would be willing to perform for me a trifling service. I serve a particular family of the Yulmoran elite, and it is at my behest of my patron, a man with a discerning taste for fine drink, that I have ventured into the famous breweries of Wright. Hello, Sandy. Oh, do you not partake yourself, otherwise you would surely be aware of Wright's incomparable ale and its cloven reputation amongst the privileged of Yulmore. In recent years, however, it seems the distribution of this golden liquid has ground to a halt, and thus have I been sent to make a purchase directly from the source. A simple task, you might think, except the people of Wright are not overly receptive to the visitors from Yulmore, downright dismissive, in fact. Do you understand my dilemma? I need you to speak with the villagers and procure a supply of ale in my stead, a service for which you will be paid most handsomely. Sandy, now you're here, I wanted to say, when Logic starts getting to the point where we're unlocking him stuff in Heavensward, side content, like Alexander, the Sky Pirates trilogy, and the Warring Triad, I want you to come on and do it too, because I'd like to get you having all the side content done, so that when we have the Heavensward podcast, you actually understand stuff about what we're talking about, and aren't just like sat like, what's he on about? So, good. You're wanting to buy some Wright ale? Well now, we was indeed famous for our ale once, but that age is long past. Any barley we grow these days is bound for the oven or the cooking pot. There's naught to be spared for brewing beers and the like. You put that young back to work bringing in the harvest, though, and I might be convinced to part with a bottle from my private stock. Nice, Andy. Stalk of golden barley. Stalk of golden barley. And what a big shocker, a stalk of golden barley. Oof. Tomorrow keep, grab that before I forget. Nope. Ha, Mosher. Not heard anyone be called that in ages. You've bought my barley then. Thank you, lass. There's fewer hands around to help ever since the it's a good drop. Right, ale is slides down the throat like honeyed sunshine, so they say, and before you know it, you've downed the whole damn bottle. Drink it slowly and easy, lass, or you'll be waking up with a sore head come tomorrow. Also, I think I might stream the Reaper Storyland first. I think I want to go for anyone. Alright, Sandy. Are you still planning to stream it to the PCG YouTube? Were you successful in your bargaining? I see, that would explain why the trickle of ale into Yulmore has ceased altogether. I shall report this situation to my patron and see what can be provided in the form of labourers and surplus comestibles. In any case, I thank you for securing this precious bottle, kind traveller, your payment as promised. Well, that is half of Kholusia done, and we are 1.5 hours in. Meanwhile, I will be doing Endwalker as warrior. Big shocker, right? Me playing warrior? Never. Here's where the questing begins. We've been on easy street for now, and now we have hard road. A surprise what? No. Alright, let's start with this one. Giambert needs a volunteer. Good evenings, friend. I have a wee favour to ask if you can spare a moment. Take a look around and tell me what you see. Aye, rock, rock, and more bloody rock. Not a single tree. And that means no wood for houses. Every once in a while, the dwarves will let us crawl through their secret tunnels to reach the lowlands, but carting logs up them narrow, not to mention steep shafts is fool's work. Especially when you consider all the timber, what was left to rot at top rung. It's just been lying there for the taking. Assuming you've the stones to brave the gauntlet of nasties twixt here and there, of course. And I reckon you do. Ba 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 ba. Can only do it once. What are you two doing? Tons of abandoned. What can you only do once then? Where is this last lumber? I'm going to assume up. No. Bom 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 bom. Ah. I see. He's just being pheasant. Nope. Noposaurus Rex. There we go. If you actually listen to that when you first kick it up, it actually has like a deep bass. It sounds really nice. Just don't forget mechanics then, Forehead. It's that simple. You just don't, and then you don't, and it's simple. Oh, either you've bought me some timber or you're planning on building yourself a cabin. What if it's both? Thank you, lass. Now I'll finally be able to get back to building. This wood you've bought me was sent up the ladder back when the dwarves was more open to trade. Amity was neutral ground for striking deals, you see, and there was plans to expand the village once upon a time. So I guess you can say we're using the timber for its intended purpose, even if it's a few years late. Fare you well, friend, and thanks again for the help. They say you're the reason the ladder's moving again, that you're a woman who gets things done. Well, I've got a job that no one else around here seems capable of doing. All I want are some crystal spikes from the wings of those cliff kites, and not the old broken ones someone scavenged off the ground. If you can manage to bring me some wings with the spikes intact, I'll be sure to pay you what they're worth. It's fighting time, baby. Let us go and kill some bitches. You are gonna get absolutely fucking shredded, mate. Boom, 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 boom. I love this battle music. That's one thing I can't wait to hear, the Endwalker, just open world battle music. Because this, when I first loaded up Shadowbringers, was like, this rocks, man. Oh no. Nope, no one heard anything. Not a word. No, Pheasant, it's a lie. Peaceful music on a peaceful mound with no recollection of any Aron Reborn primal that we definitely don't think exists. It's a lie. Biozum. Right, what have you got there for me? Nice length, no cracks or splintering. Aye, these will make the perfect spearheads. As I'm sure you've heard, Amity was originally built as a neutral venue for trading with the dwarf clans. The houses weren't meant to be homes, just somewhere to rest your head while you conducted your business. Once those relationships soured, though, the settlement soon emptied out and exiles like us moved in. The way people talk, it sounds like Amity was thriving up until a very short It sounds like Amity was thriving up until a few short years ago, but now instead of people lining the roads, you've got hobgoblins and worse. That's why I wanted to make spears, you know, for protection. Well, that was a bit more long-winded than I intended, but a little history never hurt no one, eh? Alright, take your payment and go then. I agree. And even the dandelion doesn't play their theme. We're going to do this one and then work up, round and like that. I have a system. My old looking wife. What? I wasn't doing nothing? Don't tell me mum. She didn't send you? Wicked white. Why'd you bloody sneak up on me then? I was just off to visit my secret friend, but I'm not really supposed to. Ah, bugger it. Wait, listen, if you promise to keep quiet, you can come and meet him too. Just meet us at top rung. Nope. Why is it when I'm pressing Control R, my thing is trying to move forward? Oh no, I actually wanted that one. Right, if we don't get a music one, I'm going to find that one that I just accidentally dropped. Right, yeah. So, it was a bird, and it was... No, it wasn't that one. It was White Lana. There we go. Fuck off, mate. Trying to start on me, I think not. The music's going to cancel just as I land. I meant it was going to start just as I land. This is Rocky. I helped him when he was hurt and now we're best mates. I thought he was better, but he doesn't seem too happy today. What is it, boy? Are you hungry? If Mum caught me sneaking you food, there'd be hells to pay. You know, I saw some of his friends munching on them Holdu. You can fight Holdu, right? Smash a few to pieces and bring the bits back here. Quite ironically, that's what just started on me, so... Gather one, gather two. Over here, gather you. Oh, got the other one to piss off. And now I angry. I smash. Do 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 do. Death awaits you. Don't know why I'm dodging it like it's going to do any fucking damage to me. Fuck it, I'm only going over here. Hey, let's Sandy, it's the man you got me. Whoops. Big chonker boy. That was the wrong person. Here you go, Rocky. Crunch, crunch, gulp. There you go, mate. Get that down your gob. We had a whole crowd of folk come through not long ago, and I was worried they'd do something to Rocky. But I guess he's safe enough here. Come on, we should leave before someone sees us. He should really just take that with him and be like, hey look, Mum, I've got a guard dog for us. Simples. What is that colour scheme? Disgusting. There ain't no other young folk in Amity, so Rocky is my only friend. And I guess you're alright as well for a grown-up. And since you was nice to Rocky, I'm giving you me treasure. Ew, yeah, I know, right? Big ooze. It was just lying on the ground out there. See? Something that shiny's got to be worth a fortune. Da, 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 da. Oh, I'm not here to cause trouble. I've simply come to pay a visit to one of Amity's residents. A former maidservant, in fact, to whom I owe a belated apology, but now that I've finally found her, I find myself beset with unease. Before I approach, I need to know her state of mind. How does she feel now about Yulmore? About me? I would appreciate any insight that might better prepare me for what I must do. And I was just like, yeah, we'll go speak to him. Didn't even ask who we're off to speak to. Hello again, miss. Was there something you want to know? How I feel about Yulmore and my former masters? I thought I made it quite clear the last time we met. The very mention of that place leaves me shaking in terror. It's a terrible city filled with terrible people who care for naught but indulge in their basest instincts. Are you going to pussy out now? And what did she have to say of Yulmore? Tremors at the very mention of it. Well, I suppose that is to be expected. 'Tis all true, we lived in decadent abandon, seeking only to fulfill our whims and appetites, and when she became the object of my husband's desires, a jealous rage consumed me. All I could think of was making her suffer. With Lord Vorfrey gone, 'tis almost as if a fog has lifted from my mind. How clearly I can see now the awful person I had become. My husband, too, regrets his behaviour. He has made his apologies, and it is time for me to make mine. Yet it seems that sudden confrontation may be ill-advised. Anticipating such, I have penned a brief letter to explain my intentions. Pray deliver this to the girl. I shall be waiting at top rung. These people seem to like top rung. A letter for me. Wee wee. Good gracious, this is from my old mistress. My dear girl, you served my husband and me with unrelenting diligence, and we repaid your efforts with vulgarity and violence, wounding you in heart and body alike. I am deserving of your hatred, of your fear. Words of apology can do little to salve the suffering I've caused, yet I would speak them nonetheless. I await your pleasure at the top rung. Am I to believe she has changed so dramatically? The Vorfrey Society brought out the worst in people. I'm not entirely convinced, but I will at least hear what she has to say. Oh, and this is for you. Her ladyship included a token of thanks for her mediator. I suppose I should be on my way. When she said that, I was surprised it was not a quest line. I'm getting a lot of these copper things. All of these will be going on the market, but what I might do is open these as Dragoon or Scholar, because then they will be items that Sage and Reaper can use, and then I can sell them. Greetings, stranger, and well met. They say folk don't often go out of their way to visit Amity. Me, though, I came here with a mind to raise crops. What, you don't think a man could farm this land? Well, you seem like a well-travelled lass. Why don't you head over to my field about that and take a look for yourself? I'd be curious to know if you think I'd be curious to know what you think my chances are of taming this barren soil. My English, man. Otherwise, like, yeah, just go back to my farm, like back there, and it's like miles away. Dirt mound. The dirt is hardened and cracked. The dirt is bone dry. A tiny sprout has emerged, but is already beginning to wilt. Nothing seems to be growing here. It's just reminding me that we get island sanctuaries in next expansion. What's everyone's feelings about that? Farm, one tree and some dirt. Yeah, even weeds refuse to grow here. But yeah, so what's people's feelings about island sanctuaries? I'm actually quite looking forward to it. I mean, I look forward to all forms of content. Honestly, I'm curious how it'll work out. Do we get them? What do you mean, do we get them? Of course we get them. It's for everyone. What? So what do you think of my crop? Didn't follow announcement. Yeah, we get... You don't have to follow announcements. Go watch my podcast on Endwalker. Jesus Christ. Support your local streamer, boy. Oh, one of these seeds has sprouted. That's wonderful news. I had no such luck with my previous attempt. Aye, even a small victory like that is worthy of celebration. It brings me one step closer to turning my little plot of land into the farmer's field I now dream of. A dream some will say will never come true, and yet scratching here in the dirt has already brought me more fulfillment than I ever felt from the empty life I lived in Yulmore. Not that I wasn't terrified when they first kicked me out of the gate, mind you, exiled over some petty disagreement, and destitute but for a few pieces of jewellery I concealed upon my person. The sale of those trinkets brought in some meagre wealth, which has largely gone towards my agriculture endeavour. Thus, should my crops fail to produce a harvest ere my funds are depleted, I shall be left with nothing in this world. I've never felt so alive. Here, friends, a few coins for your service. Yes, I am. Where is that Mistal? He should have been back by now. I read her name as Walmart for a moment then. I sent one of our newcomers to retrieve the supplies we had chilling in the river, and he has yet to return. I hope he hasn't run into trouble with the local dwarf clan. If your travels take you in that direction, could you keep an eye out for our missing Mistal? I would like a mount. Oh my god. With music. That'll do. Of any of the land of doom. Are you not level 70 yet? Pheasant. Missing Mistal. I can't breathe. The Mistal appears in need of a solid pat on the back. Yeah. I thought I had to emote. Yeah, Pheasant. Listen to Sayuri, just go to your frontline roulette and get a ton of EXP. You're literally missing out on a ton of EXP where you can practically AFK in there and no one gives two craps. Like, you're just being pointlessly problematic for no reason. It's not about enjoyment. No one fucking enjoys main scenario roulette, but you still do it for the EXP. I have the fucking frontline, man, which is for winning 100 bloody front lines. You think I enjoyed doing that? No, frontline's garbage. Thank you, I think. I can breathe again. I was... oh, Jesus Christ. I was just on my way back to the village when some gogs started yelling at me. They were certainly cross about something, so I just ran away as fast as my feet would carry me, in the wrong direction as it turns out. Before I knew it, I'd collapsed here on the riverbed and dropped all my sacks into the water. They must have floated downstream, but I'm still too buggered to go look for them. Yeah, there you go. Go with Chief. Stop being a diva. You're worse than me, I swear to God. My advice is, if you are doing frontline, go as healer. Nobody wants to be healer, and yet for some reason, and yet it's actually probably one of the most broken things within it. As Chief says, go in there as whatever you need the EXP for, and then switch inside to healer. Why is that? I just need a thingy. Clean my glasses. I think I've breathed upwards on them because maybe that I've got something in my right eye. Ow! Seriously, Pheasant, you are missing out on a big amount of EXP by ignoring that. Oh, are those my sacks? They are not. Yay! I must say this is a welcome relief. Let's just take a quick peek inside to see that everything's still... Bah, I knew it. Only the wine's missing, and that means dwarves. They must have followed me. Well, I best hurry home before I cross paths with them again. You should come too. No good deeds should go unrewarded after all. Hey, speaking of dwarves. Pew! 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 It's entertaining me more than it should do. Pew! Where's the person I need to hand this into? Thank you again for your help. If you'd not found me, I might have fallen prey to some wild beast, or worse, a party of wine-drunk gogs. If only they were more like the foals, at least we can live alongside those dwarves in some semblance of harmony. Anyway, here's the reward I promised you. So I definitely think we're actually going to get all of Kholusia done in this one video, which makes me happy. And we did Yulmore, which means we only have, for future videos, Amarang, Ilmeg, Riktika and the Tempest. Before we end the video, we'll go have a look at how long each one of them are going to take. Listen, friend, I'm run off my feet here. I need someone to take stock of our remaining food stores, and you just volunteered. Now, everything this village needs to survive is hauled up from the lowlands, and if matters don't settle down soon, well, I won't be surprised when Wright and Stilltide begin hoarding goods instead of selling them. Not unless it's for an outrageous price. Anyway, that's enough speculation. I need estimates, accurate estimates, mind you, from them what's in charge of our edibles, grains, grog, and meats. Off you hop. Still think her name is Walmart. I'd say we have more than enough dried meats to go around. There was peril in the hunt, but the haul was plentiful. Oh, okay. Oh, who am I talking to in here? We've put a good dent in the liquor we've got from the dwarves, so we might have to make do with water at some point. At least with a fresh source with a river nearby. Where's this person then? Ah. Grawley wants an estimate. Well, you can tell him not bloody much. We'll need to think of something because we're running low on both grain and beans. Grawley. So where do we stand? Grain is a problem then. I'll see if we can't trade our surplus meat in Wright for a few sacks of barley and the like. That will get us through for the moment, but we'll need to come up with a long-term plan. Well, I'll think of something. Thanks for doing the legwork, friend. Say, have you ever considered taking up work as a quartermaster? And it's a quest line. Gah, enough is enough. Sorry, friend, that wasn't meant for you. It's those bastard hobgoblins. They know none of us are fighters, so they just skulk in and raid our food stores, brazen as you please. But I bet you could give them something to chew on, eh? Here, take this supply sack and drop it just outside the village. Once them thieving blighters come sniffing about, you spring out of hiding and unleash a storm of righteous justice. Justice! Death to the Stormcloaks! Place the bulging sack of foodstuffs at designated location. Lie in wait. Skyrim belongs to the Scarlians. And we do this, and then we do this, and then death awaits these foolish mortals who dared to lock blades with me. Yes, vengeance for our missed meals and rumbling bellies. Fine work, my friend. Our goblins have played this island for as long as anyone can remember. They're cunning enough to make tools, but still they act like beasts, mean, filthy brutes what lack the barest shred of common decency. And even though you've cowed them for the moment, I fear the lesson won't stick. Oh, they'll be back, you can be sure of that. In the meantime, we'll need to think of a more permanent solution. I mean, a good permanent solution for a start would be to build some fucking, like an actual wall around your village with a small gate or something. And then, you know, put some watchtowers on it and make some of your fucking villagers have watch duty in the night. Fucking think, Grawley. Idiot. Excuse me, miss, have you seen a tall, skinny Hume girl on your travels? No. Do you think you might lend a hand in finding her then? She has a terrible habit of wandering away when left to her own devices. Not the safest pastime when you consider the wildlife around here. I'll start looking near the ladder, but it would make me feel better if I knew someone was searching along the cliff at the same time. Would you do that for me? Thank you. I've seen her walk off to the southeast before, so you might want to try that way first. If you do find her, please send her back to Amity. I mean, that's what whoever the penis was, he was like, oh yeah, I need you to collect me more wood so that we can make another frickin' building. No, build a fucking defensive wall around your village, idiots. Hey, look at the Talos. Lanky lass. I am become death. And you are become dead. I hear thunder, but there's no rain. Oh, thank you, thank you. Who are you? Ah, sent you to find me, did she? My little brother lives down there, you see, and this place offers the best view of Gatestown. I'd wanted us to leave together, to give up on being chosen, but he'd become obsessed with the idea of Yulmore, and when I heard about the fighting and such, I got so worried. And now here I am, causing the same kind of worry for my neighbours. My apologies, I'll be more careful in the future. What a pretty man. What I think I love about this mount is it just visually pretty, but the music's really nice. My friend came back safe and sound, saying how she was saved by a stranger. I assume that was you. She seemed less brooding than usual. What did you two talk about? I never knew she had a brother. Many here have lost their families. Maybe that's why she thought to keep it a secret. But now that things in Yulmore have changed, we shouldn't have to creep around the lowlands like thieves anymore. She'll be able to visit her brother openly, no more stealing away to peer over the cliffs. Who knows, maybe I'll even go along. She might need the company on the road, and what else are friends for? I think I'll have a word with her right now. Thank you again, miss. And so, with heavy heart, do we move on to the finale of Kholusia. It has only taken us 2 hours to get all the rest done. Oh, bugger me. So you know what, let's have one of my favourites. One of the things I am going to do before we begin the dwarf thingy is make myself another coffee. So what I'm going to do is get myself to Tomra and then fly into this so that it continues to play the music. And then I'm going to grab my coffee, pour myself said coffee, enjoy said coffee, and then we begin the final stretch of Kholusian stories. Which would mean, whoops, I have, after this episode, after we've done these Tomra stories, 4 locations left to do, and then we are done with side questing. And then I have to think of new content for a month. This was meant to take longer, god damn it. And when I say new content, I mean a new series. I suppose I could start on the survivalist, maybe. I mean, I could get back to Subnautica, but if we're going to do, if I need to do it as a series, I'd have to start all over again. Problem with Subnautica is I only want to do Subnautica when Pheasant's around to watch, because he's the one who paid for the game to watch me play it, and then he's really awkward at getting the rounds for the perfect timings. Right, we're going to start with this little outlying quest, because it's awkwardly on the edge. Nani. Ah. All for the boom. Lally ho. Oh, you're that visitor from some faraway land. Tell me, friend, do you like explosions? I'm Mr. Talk, and I have one question for you, and one question only. Explosions? That nervous thrill when you toss a bomb you've just made, the satisfaction of shattering a shelf of bedrock into tiny little pieces. I pity the poor souls who've never known such joy. You're a worldly lass, ain't you? Promise not to lecture me about danger and scaring the birdlings, like my milk-salt neighbours, and I'll let you test my latest batch of explosions. I would meme it if Kholusia wasn't the worst on the Knosub. What Knosuba? What is that? I don't know that. Take these beauties and throw one at the bedrock east of the village. The explosion's a reward in itself, of course, but if you're lucky, you might also hit a seam of ore. Bring any promising chunks back to me and I'll let you know what you found. Well, what's the meme then? Like, I don't get what you're on about. Just don't tell me there's a meme if I haven't got a clue what the meme is. Alright. Why's trying to start a fight with me? Not on your life, mate. I always forget you have no knowledge of things outside of it. I have knowledge of that things outside FF. I just have the most knowledge about FF. Excuse me. You dead. There we go. Use the custom-made box of explosions. Quipule. The explosions we get on this are really actually kind of lame. I wish we got bigger explosions. Black mages are just looking at that explosion like, I can do better explosions in my sleep. Oh yeah, your music mount. If only it wasn't the most boring primal theme in the entire game. I literally don't know a primal theme as boring as Ifrit's. They really need to rework it for its theme. Give him something like rock music. Where is this little thing again? There it is. Get it. Well, anything pretty left behind? Twinkling oars. Oh, do you know what this is? Iron ore. It's a bit shiny eye, but otherwise not special for this area. Now for the important part, how was the boom? Wasn't it just the most amazing feeling ever? Boom! See, I actually like Bismarck's theme. It's got quite a dancey kind of feel to it. See, I knew you'd appreciate a good explosion. Here, a few coins for the ore. Thanks for testing the bombs. Yeah, like... this is actually kind of nice. And then when you let it kick in, right, we'll go from top to bottom here. Zorot. Lally-ho, say ain't you that traveller everyone's been talking about? Well, lally-ho again, and welcome to Tomra. I'm going to treat you to some full hospitality, and I'll not take no for an answer. First things first, we brew some dwarven ale together. Aye, that'll be a lark. Now, most folk make their ale from barley, but not as dwarves. We use the seeds harvested from the magma grass that grows on the slopes of Mount Gulg. Them weeds drink in the sea air from the moment their heads poke out of the dirt to the moment they wilt and die. Gives our grog a tangy flavour you would never taste in any of that barley brewed stuff. So, let's give you the full experience, shall we? Head on out of the village and pluck me 4 or so good-sized magma blooms. They're crammed tight with seeds, don't you know? I really need to get this theme, the Fat Chocobo theme, on my phone and just have it playing out of a speaker, one of those Bluetooth speakers, whilst I walk through town. The joke is that I'm fat and need to lose weight. If you've ever seen me walk away from the camera, I wobble. This actually looks quite cool. Oh, fuck off, stream elements, no one cares. You do what, Cal? Wobble or have the Fat Chocobo theme playing out of a speaker as you walk? Zorot. Well, did you pluck them blooms like I asked you? Brewing times are wasting. Take the magma bloom. Alright, that's enough seeds to stuff my helmet and then some. Good work. This next part of the process is tricky, so let's leave that to an expert, which would be me. But don't wander away just yet, my friend. There's more to our tradition than just picking sparkly flowers, and we're just getting started. Ah, yes, quest lines. The seeds are almost set to ferment. What we need now is some tasty nibbles to complement the booze. What's that look for? A dwarf can't live on grog alone, though for some it ain't for lack of trying. Anyhow, the traditional side dish to a pint of dwarven ale is a nice big plate of dried iguana tails. They don't just hand over their body parts, of course, so you'll have to go and chop them off yourself. It's something I'm accustomed to show off your best trophies and share them with your fellows. Come drinking time, a real bonding experience. You'll find iguanas and their tasty tails to the southeast of town. 2 should be enough, seeing as them scales are so bloody huge. Oh, did I not mention that? Well, good hunting. The bear. Dun 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 dun. I love how they're like, oh yeah, it's just outside the town. Proceeds to be the exact other end of the map. Like, the thing is as well, is obviously, this is not, like, areas in the game aren't to scale. Like, this isn't how close these 2 villages would actually be. Like, it'd actually take probably like a day's walk between them, if you think about it. in comparison to, like, you know, maybe real places. Or at least it would take you a few hours. Like, this is not right outside of town. So it really bothers me when the quests say that. Because when you think about how big it would actually be in distance, it's stupid. Oh look, my bear got an armor upgrade as we thought. Hehehe. I actually really like these mounts. It's a shame, like, they should really make, like, every class have their own, like, little theme that the mount plays. And this is another thing I believe. Every job in the game should have its own mount that you have to do through dungeoning. Like, even if to incentivize people to obviously play tank more, they use these mounts and they're easy to get. Then have DPS at, like, oh, if you do 1,000 dungeons, you get a mount for your job. Ah, the mighty lizard hunter returns. What have you got for me? That's the tails, bitch. Oh, look at the size of them wriggling beauties. Once we set those out to dry, the shrinking will enhance the flavour, so you can enjoy the full lizardy goodness of every mouthful. And speaking of flavour, I've got the seeds steeped and sealed. For the next step, we need to store the ale to be in the brew house, so it can ferment somewhere cool and dry. You up for it? Of course you are. Just roll this barrel over to the alewife and she'll be happy to give it a home. I need to turn my light on, I'll be back in a sec. Not that that seemed to help whatsoever. That camera shake was me knocking my desk with my knee. Full alewife. Aye. Aye. What can I do for you? Ah, getting a first-hand look at the brewing process, are you? Good for you, lass. There's not better in this life than making your own grog, eh? It's certainly an experience. Trust me, lass, the more you have to work for it, the better it tastes. And the last step ain't nearly as grueling, I promise you. Go on with you then, and give my best to Zerut. Bum 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 bum. No trouble finding the brew house? Good. I'd say we're ready then. It's time to learn the most important part of brewing and drinking, dwarven ale. Oh, Jesus. Righto, a fresh batch of ale is brewing, and there's nibbles ready to be nibbled, but I can't exactly ask you to stand there till the fermentation's done. That's still moons away. What I will do is educate you on the finer points of dwarven drinking culture. Aye, a final lesson. Now here in Tomra there are 3 keys to a successful drinking party. The first is a good drop of ale, that goes without saying. The second is a table laid with tasty treats, and the last and possibly most important is a raucous drinking song. A raucous drinking song? Let's go with that. Go on, lass, have a chat with some of the locals and don't come back till you've learned the words to our favourite booze time ballad. Pronounced raucous. Aye, the Tomra drinking song. I don't quite recall how it goes, but I do love it when we shout lally ho all together. Every Tomran has been hearing that ditty since they were children. They was children. You only need one dwarf to start singing and soon the whole village will join in. Ah, there's no grander feeling than hoisting your mug and yelling your lads lally ho. Our drinking song, bah, you needn't bother learning the lyrics for so long as you remember the lally ho at the end. They only told you the bit with the lolly-ho? Hehehe. Well, I suppose once we've all had a few, the verses do get a bit muddled. Might be as there's more than one version. But no matter which words you sing, when you get to that rousing lolly-ho, all your worries just seem to melt away. You ever find your troubles bringing you down, then come on back to Tomra. We'll soon lift your spirits with a nail in your hand and a lolly-ho on your lips. With a ho on your lips. Right. Lolly-ho, well, dent my helmet with a knocker's arse. We've got ourselves a visitor, a stranger from a strange land. If I'm to welcome you properly to Tomra, then I'd best be teaching you our ways, eh? And that starts with paying respects to Ziggurat's statue. You wouldn't know your riots from your bonnets, would you? The Ziggurat I'm referring to is one of our ancestral chiefs. The mightiest warrior in fall history. You remember that name, lass. Now, first things first, we need to prepare the offering. That involves you bringing me a couple of soul stones from those rock-headed gnomes out in the scree. Scree? Try not to get flattened, eh? Ha ha. He thinks they'll flatter me. Does that mean you're leaving the stream, Chief? Abandoning us for this disgusting game called real life? Nice. You are going to die, 'cause I said so. Look at this fool, just wandering around having an innocent day and he gets wrecked. Thank you for the follow, Maljaw. If I've said your name wrong, I very much apologise. Bum bum da 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 da. How many of these do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, we are knocking these out of the park. I thought this was going to take like 4 or 5 hours or something to get all of these done. Let's have them soul stones then. Take them. Now I'll just get my hammer out here and crunch ever so delicately, grind these into powder. And there we have it, some lovely bottles of stone brew, seasoned with a sprinkling of gnomish soulstone. It's the soulstone that puts the stone in the brew. I mean, how else do you expect a statue to drink it? Now for the ceremonial bit. You will take these bottles and empty them onto the 4 sides of the Ziggurat statue over there. Every last drop, mind you. Where is this statue he's on about? Oh, that answers that. You know, I need to run and speak to him. I really wish, like, more side quests did little things to change the world. I did a side quest somewhere, I can't remember where it was. I think it was Lanoskea, and I put some things out. And then when I'd done the quest, they all disappeared. I was like, that's a shame. Like, you know, I'd be happy if, like, just because I'd done a side quest, a freaking chair was, like, in the world that no one else could see. As you pour the stone brew onto the base of the statue, you almost believe you see a smile flickering across its impassive face. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but nice one. Riot. Aye, nicely done, lass, nicely done. You may have noticed, but we falls like a drink or two, and seeing the great Ziggurat unable to hoist the tankard on account of him being a stone statue brings a tear to the eye, and so we honour his memory with the brew he loved best. He was chief of the fall during the coming of the flood, a true dwarf among dwarves. It was him that ousted that bastard warrior light and brought our people together in a time when division meant death. Aye, we wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for if it weren't for Ziggett, and I thank you for showing him the proper respect. One thing I like about the story is, like, people aren't wrong in thinking that the Warriors of Light are at fault for the flood, because it is Ardbert's fault, because he went over the top with his attack. Maybe someday I should do lore videos. Again, try that again. I've just about bloody had it. No more. I'll not stand by and see another theft go unanswered. What am I angry about? Well, it's them blasted knockers, ain't it? Those grabby bastards latch onto anything, oars, hammers, my favourite bloody pick, and drag it back to their nests. And what for, I ask you? The little buggers don't even have a concept of value. I swear there'll be no end to this until I teach them the errors of their ways. Here's the deal, friend. Help me catch some of those thieving pests and I'll see you paid for the trouble. Are you in? Was that Thunder I heard again? Good, I'll be going south, so you head east until you find a couple of knockers to knock about. Once they're reeling, use this wire to bind those wriggling limbs of theirs and bring them back here to the village. No. I like that map, but I'm currently using this. Oh my god, we gotta go a fair bit of a way. The cow, does this bring you PTSD at all? It brings me the most PTSD that I imagine Chosen messing up a mechanic. There's the real fear. Right, so what is these knockers? Oh, it's these. You are... Ooh. Done. Well, that seems a shame. Got some level up, pheasant. Wire coil on that, and then we can go hand this in. Really is a cool looking mount though. I still think I prefer Remove from E8S, but this is a cool mount. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. 2 more levels and I can level in Boja. I mean Boja. Then you just need to level up the free melee DPS you don't have, the free range DPS you don't have, the 2 tanks you haven't leveled yet, no 3 tanks you haven't leveled up, all your crafters, except for Carpentile, and hey, you got your gatherers done. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Come here, you fucker. I think it started raining. There was no rain whatsoever 2 seconds ago, and now it's absolutely pissing it down. And blue will be last. Can certainly hear it. Yeah, there's definitely nothing I can do about the ability to pick up the sound of rain without asking the rain to be a little quieter. Back already, eh? I managed to catch a few myself, but let's see your haul. Yeah. Is it coming through that lad that I'm, like, unable to be heard, or is it just, like, unpleasant back noise? Aye, that was quick work. If I'm being honest, I was worried that an outsider, unfamiliar with the area, might walk herself straight into a pack of hungry iguanas. Glad you proved me wrong. Now, my prehensile pretties, Uncle Grat is going to teach you to stop stealing ores from the foals and start nicking it from the grogs instead. Another one of these. Right, wherefore art thou? Next quest. We'll do this one, and then we got 5 left after that, I think. Folding, distract and rescue. Lally-ho! Oh, you couldn't have chosen a better time to visit. Those vile gogs have stolen away my precious automaton, stolen her away and stashed her in some cluttered corner of their village with the rest of their ill-gotten goods. Problem is, I'm a drinker, not a fighter, and I doubt I could creep past their guards without one of them seeing me. That's where I need your help. If an elf like you were to walk in and distract them, then I could smuggle out my automaton with no one the wiser. I mean, you shouldn't be in any danger. Gogs and foals are mortal enemies, aye, but they don't attack other folk on sight, usually. Let's move a little closer to Comra and get this rescue mission underway. Don't you worry, my little bucket of bolts, you'll soon be home again. Right, how far is this away? Because, right, it's that far away. It occurs to me I need a lot more poetics for gear. Sounds like a you problem. Let's go with this. Dun 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 dun. Is Slandy still here, or did he go AFK again? Slandy. When did he last speak? Yonkles ago. Sandy last spoke at 5 minutes past 4, an hour ago. Sandy, are you alive? One second, I just have to answer something. Are you enjoying the stream? I don't know, everyone. Are you enjoying the stream? Fall Tinkerer, do you see those 2 lookouts? Just walk up to them, bold as you please, and give them a lally-ho. Once you have their attention, tell them, oh, I don't know, but you saw a stinky foal sneaking about nearby or something. That should get them moving. Then I'll tiptoe in, grab my automaton, and meet you back here. Me am. The rain's practically died down. It's still there, but it's like Valio. Enter the phrase containing Lally-ho. Lally-ho, what brings you to Comra? What? A stinking ugly foal? I'll catch the bugger by his piss-drenched beard and knock his helm clear into next week. Hello, dodos. Where for art thou be the other guy? Lally-ho. Lally-ho, what can the gog do for you? Get this out my eye. A foal here? Ah, you did well to let me know. I'll soon take care of this lurker. I swear I'm hearing stuff half the time. Follow Tinkerer. Well done, lass. You played your part to perfection. As you can see, the rescue was a success. Come on back to Tamra and we can talk rewards. No. Let's go with a bit of fairy music. bum 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 dum dum dum. There really should be an achievement in this game for doing all the side quests. I feel cheated at the fact that there isn't. Boom, dun 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 dun. Dancing on the wind, time and time again, sun and run again, fa la 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 la. From a flowery bed to a cause's end, fun and down again, fa la 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 la. This is the send, do we rise again to our heart's content, fa la 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 la. Fly away, oh friend, for my day again, and we begin again, fa la 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 la. Time down the sky, something sad, wanting silence, alone in the dark. We'll see. Ironically, Titania, unironically, Titania was actually probably the hardest trial I had to do on week 1. Ever since they've been dwarves, it seems the Grogs have hated the foes, although I'm not rightly sure why. Well, I know why we hate the Gogs. Their beards are unkempt, straggly messes, and the bastards dig in our minds without so much as a bye or leave. It makes my blood boil. Next time they come around, I'll be waiting with an automaton army. We'll make them wish they never left Comra. The thieving, scrounging curs. Oh, I almost forgot your reward, and I'll be keeping a closer eye on my dear clunk here. Don't you worry. Bye-bye. 5 more quests? Have you ever felt love's piercing sting? There's this Hume girl, no, this Hume lady, who stabbed me right through the heart. I saw her on my way back from the mines, and I've been dreaming of her ever since. They say love is a dance eye. Well, I've been watching from the edges for long enough. I think it's time I took to the floor. She should be on her way to fetch water from the river soon, but God, I'm too nervous to approach her alone. Would you come with me? Please, you've got to come with me. Thank you, you're the best friend I never had. Off to Boiled Outward Bridge we go. Will this start again, or will it continue from where I was? Start again, it seems. That is a sad... Alright. We're gonna dismount and take... Oh, that was not what we were gonna do. You have made me angry. Imagine starting in a warrior, unironically. It made you do something you really didn't want to do. My diet is ruined. I hope you're happy. By the way, Pheasant, when I'm actually done, do you want a VC for a bit? Look, there she is. This is it then. I'm just going to stay right here because I'm a big bearded coward. I need another favour from you. Will you ask her if she's wed? And if unwed, then what manner of man makes her swoon? Oh, and make sure to be subtle. Just be like, hey, yo bitch, what kind of man you into? Oh, weren't you the lady who was travelling with Alphino? He spoke very highly of you, you know. Said he admired both your strength of arm and strength of character. Now, what could such an admirable woman want with a simple girl like me? Are you married, bitch? Am I wed? Well, no, I've no prospects to speak of neither. Amity is not exactly bursting at the seams with suitors. And if I were to pick a suitor, gracious me, you're forward, aren't you? Well, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't it? I would hope to meet a soul filled with warmth and kindness, someone much like how Alphino described you, I suppose. Ha ha ha, she fancies me. Pew! Well, what did she say? She seemed to like me. She did, and here I thought I'd bought an ally, not a rival. Well, we should be heading back then. It ain't right for me to demand help then leave you unpaid for your counsel. What a trundle muffin. I swear my bloody keyboard's playing up at the moment. I wonder if this will be a quest line. Look at that clear map. Almost. Almost. I can't believe Slandy died. We knew him so well. Can you believe it, man? Rip. Oof. Give me an oof in chat for Slandy. Maybe we'll summon him back. I was wrestling with the idea on the way home, and I've come to a conclusion. To win my lady's heart, I need to be more like you. I'll travel the world and make myself a man worth marrying. I think I need to have a word with the chief. Thanks again for coming along, friend. Da 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 da. Hey, we summoned him. You did it, Pheasant. Slandy, where have you been? I read his name as Bottom then instead of Bomot. Lolly-ho, I'd been hoping to speak with you, stranger. Would you be willing to help me with a simple task? It's something that I can't ask anyone in Tomra. You will? Oh, thank you. All I need is 3 little pebbles from Upper Watts River. Slick and smooth, that's all. Downstairs, upstairs, cleaning my room, etc. Now I'm eating food. Sandy, afterwards, are we going to record the intro, or are you needing to do that at another point? I'd very much like a mount with music, thank you very much. Well, I've not actually needed to take a break, so this episode will be one full episode, I think. We just need to figure out where to cut off at the beginning. And obviously Pheasant, I will be joining VC with you once I've done the intro with Slandy. Roger, roger. Oh, where's this final piece? Oh my god, no, it's not too far below me. Whee! Why do things keep starting on me? It's gonna cut out with what my favourite part. Oh, what a bitch. Please tell me you bought the pebbles. Yes, I did. Oh, it was exactly what I needed. Thank you. I feel I owe you an explanation, as long as you can keep it to yourself. You see, I'll be crushing these stones and mixing with plant oils to make a soothing lotion. The minerals help with the itching. You may have noticed, but outside of our own families, we dwarves never show our naked faces, and so we wear our helms all day, every day. But when you have weak skin like mine, that means rashes. Red, blotchy rashes. That would have me scratching my nose off if not for my lotion. They usually make it for beardlings who haven't gotten used to their helmet. So I appreciate that none of my neighbours had to see me wading in the river for ingredients. You have saved my honour, friend, and earned all the financial gratitude I can spare. Can I? No. Is that going to reset my music? That's made me sad. 3 more quests out. Goggio and Foliat. I hope she'll be alright. Oh, lally-ho. Sorry, I was off in my own little world there. I just can't shake the sight of it. My best friend meeting in secret with one of them filthy no-good gogs. If others were to hear about this, her honour would be forfeit. So can you believe I saw her heading out into Scree alone, not a few moments ago? At least she had the decency to hang her head in shame. Please, stranger, I need you to convince her to stop this madness, whilst I keep the chief's attention elsewhere. Wow. So, what's your plans for the rest of the day, people? Aught of interest? I thought that someone was responding to me. It's just stream elements being stream elements again. Lol, imagine having plans, right? I actually have no plans after I've come off the stream. I thought it was going to take way longer. Come back to the village? No, I bloody well will not. I need to be alone. Have you never felt the pain of heartbreak? Ugh, I mean, just go away. Bah, I might as well tell you now, eh? I was in love with a gog. It all began the day a cliff kite attacked me as I was coming home from the mines. He saved me from becoming its dinner. He was strapping and sweet, and so I learned his patrol route. Bought him iguana tails, talked about sediment, you know, the usual stuff. Then, once we'd gotten to know each other, I confessed my feelings, but he refused me, saying he could never court a foal, said it was impossible. I almost wish he'd left me for the cliff kite, but he's probably right. Who in turn would recognise our love? Who is there to cheer me on? Trying to find a new cam position now since one of my green screen lights broke, so I only have one to use. Oof, Slandy. Thank you. There'll be few enough kind words for me if news gets out, but I won't give up. I'll think of a way for my gog and I to be together. Is that going to be a quest line? No, I want something with music. No. Definitely not. Stupid looking man. That'll do. Good old monster. I hope we have another Monster Hunter event. I liked the Rathalos trial. It was actually a lot of fun. Although it could be completely cheesed by just having 4 tanks. Because the one mechanic that's actually slightly difficult is you're meant to take an AoE and share it, but then also move and spread it around the sides. But when you're a tank, when you have 4 tanks, you just have one person immune it. You take the first hit and then immune the next 2. I see you got my friend to come back, but she was in too much of a hurry to spare me a second glance. What happened out there? Keep your mouth shut. Not for you to know, mister. Not your place to say, eh? Well, I was meaning to talk with her about this anyway. Thank you for your help, stranger. I'll do my best to keep her out of trouble. Questline? Or... I'm actually shocked about that. I figured that'd be a questline. Folgormand. Eh? What? Who? Oh, you're that traveller I keep hearing about. I mean, lally-ho. Almost forgot my manners there. Bad etiquette, that. Why, don't I make up for it by cooking us a tasty steak lunch, eh? I'm thinking a nice cut of cliff mole. Aye, well I suppose that sounds none too appetising, and the meat of an adult cliff mole is about as pleasant as chewing on your grandma's second favourite pair of boots. A friend of mine now, he reckons the younger moles are tender and juicy as they come. What say you, shall we put the claim to the test? Then we'll need to catch one first. The juveniles are said to stay near humid areas, like caves and streams. I'm more a cave kind of dwarf, so you can search the waterways. Oh, and they're apparently a skittish lot. You'll need a plump grub to lure one in before you can stuff it in the sack. Right, there's your grub and there's your sack. Meet me back here and we'll set the pan to sizzling. Hey, we got lucky with a music one for once. I need a drink. I think one of the main things I'm looking forward to with Ultimate this weekend is just having some consistency of content to do. Because obviously I'm doing this content and that, but having that static time in which to do some content just meant I had something to... because I'm really bad at deciding what I actually want to do because of my ADHD, so having something set in stone just like forces me to actually do stuff, which is very helpful. Sniff sniff. Entice to Juvenile Cliff Mole. Juvenile Cliff Mole eyes you warily. Time to show it wriggling grub, then lower it into the sack. There's the grub. Cliff Mole trundles happily into the sack and begins feasting the grub. I feel kind of bad. They're kind of cute. Nope. We all know that I like music mounts. Well, it's a music mount. Look at all these music mounts I actually have, and then rarely ever get them in my frickin' mount roulette. Because I have all these mounts that don't have music. Stupid game. I need to continue working on my triple triad one at some point. I need 312 and I'm at 277. I'm so close yet so far. Which requires me to do places like Amarang and stuff like that, and a few dungeons and stuff, but I get it. And then when I get it, I got it. And I can have a card mount. Some of the Yu-Gi-Oh card to fly on. Couldn't find me any of the small ones. What about you? Here you go. Oh, cutscene. Weird. Would you look at that? And on your first try too, I'll just get a fire going and... Wait. Those big round eyes, that lovable face. How could anyone eat such a precious dumpling? This is what I said. I can't do it, not even for the best steak in the world. Have this going for your trouble, but lunch is cancelled. From this day forward, I'll raise you as my own, and I'll feed you and pet you and call you Cliffy. Funny. And unless this is a quest line, we begin the final quest. Lolly-ho, so you're that visitor, ain't you? What do you reckon your chances are of smashing a combat automaton? Pretty fucking easy. That's my job, you see, making contraptions what can protect the village from eaters and such. My latest and greatest invention is the Iron Beard Killer. Well, maybe not the greatest. As soon as I turned on the bugger on, it straightened up, twitched a bit, then raced right out the gate. And as much as I'd like to go after it, you never know what a failed automaton might do. What's worse, I tuned this one to be extra aggressive. Like as not, I'd barely squeak out a lolly-ho before it pulped me into a bloody mess. I need you to forcibly disassemble the killer and bring me back its core. Last I saw, it was trundling away to the southeast. Here you can use this lump of coal to pick your battlefield. The automaton is designed to refuel if the opportunity presents itself. Here's the final. Slandy, why? While it's stuffing its face with that you can get it in the first blow and make it a good one, I didn't call it killer for nothing. You bring me much shame, Slandy. That's not a music mount. That's not a music mount. That's one. A bloom, 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 bloom. It's actually a really pretty mount as well, visually I think. It's not my favourite of the wolves, but it's definitely good looking. Compared to some of them, the Susano one sucks, ugly as hell. I actually don't like the first three here. Lakshmi, Susanoo, and Shinryu have the ugly mounts. The Four Lords and Tsukuyomi have the really pretty ones. Yes, you're my silly person, nice landing. Right, let's proceed to the arse kicking of whatever it is. Ugh. Why have I got a lion weight? Just let it come. Wherefore art thou, machine of death? Oh no. Oh no. Look at how much damage it's doing to me. I messed up my combo. But it's gonna die all the same. Perfection. Nope. You know what? No, I'm gonna use my favoritist music for this final quest. And then we just fly forward whilst looking at this pretty gorgeous mount. That's the point. Cal, are you still here? When was it you were thinking of doing Omega Savage? Have you decided that yet? I have got a message on Discord. In fairness, this hasn't really been about the same length of time as my original video, if not less, which is weird because I feel like there was more quests here. Racket. Oh, you're back. Any luck retrieving that core? Automaton core. Ah, it looks to be in good shape. I can start building a new model straight away. This here stone is both heart and mind for an automaton, you see. It defines more than just basic behaviour, but personality as well. And it was no easy feat making one who's formulated for battle, let me tell you. I'd rather pull out my beard strand by strand than start again from scratch. That was what, my 8th failed automaton? Bah, I'll get it right this time. Thanks for saving me all that extra work. And with that, it's not opened any more quests, so we have a clean Kholusia. I didn't mean to mount. I am trying to go back to my free company house so that I can have a little piece of music set up whilst I do my usual ending. Yeah, that took us less than 3 hours. Check Yulmore. No, there wasn't any. I started in Yulmore. I did all the ones in Yulmore already, Pheasant. We've begun with Yulmore. Why are you telling me Yulmore? And now for the music I had set up purposely earlier on. Here's one I set up earlier. Perfect ending music. Right, so for everyone who's here watching later on YouTube, thank you for watching this episode. There will obviously be more. We're making it into a playlist. We already have the Lakeland one already up with thumbnail included, which is we're trying to start more pizzazzing up work. If you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Comments are always welcome, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where we send most of our VODs that become permanent, the series that we do, and all of our podcasts, and little bits here and there of other stuff. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please leave a follow. We are so close to affiliate now that it would be a massive help to us. If you haven't, go find our YouTube. It'll be somewhere on the Twitch page. If not, just search Pretty Casual Gaming on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please go to www.twitch.tv/prettycasualgaming to follow us on Twitch. That's where we do most of our content. You'll probably find more content on the Twitch than you will on the YouTube, as bad as it is to say. But I prefer streaming on Twitch, and not all of it is worthy of moving over as a VOD. It's just sometimes I do lurk streams, which is where you can just come in and just listen to my voice if you need something to have on in the background noise kind of thing. Oh yes, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, the series I was going to start on at the end of next month. The game has actually been delayed up until September now, so I won't be starting that next month, but in September. It will still be the same. I'll still be intending to stream it just straight away the moment I get it downloaded, and the moment I wake up on that day and get right into it, and we'll just be streaming that straight. It won't be like this where I'll be doing it in little parts. We'll be streaming it straight to the Twitch, completing the game, and then we'll segment it in VOD form and move it over to the YouTube for any of those who only watch on YouTube. So thank you everyone for watching the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.